Well, welcome to the couch.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good.
Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, we're excited for this one.
I'm
We've
super
got
excited.
a southerner on the podcast.
Ooh, down from the deep south.
Actually, Bermagui isn't in the Eurobadala.
Oh, we've got an outside the Euro.
outsider. Ooh.
What is it?
Is it far
The
south coast there, isn't it? Is that
Sapphire?
what?
Sapphire Coast,
Sapphire.
Bigger Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the Shire.
Yeah, but still Burmese, so it's closer to us than it is to Bega, right?
It's right on the brink of Eurobadala,
Yeah.
and we actually get really forgotten about from like both shires.
Yeah.
Like our own shire. Yeah, because we're literally on the border.
Yeah, because Tilba, which is just like inland from you, is Eurobadala.
Yeah.
So that's why it's
right.
You could probably surf on the break over the border.
You can paddle. Yeah. Over the border. 100%.
She paddled here.
So we always start off with our first question. What is your biggest for fuck's sake moment you've had in your business?
I mean, I have several a week.
I love how everyone says that.
Yeah. If I had to think of my biggest one, though, it is quite a hectic one, but it was a few years back, and it was like the middle of summer holidays, and I was like right in the midst of it. Like, it's my busiest time of year, and I'm like just pumping out as much surf lessons as I possibly can, going to bed every night completely exhausted. And I wake up in the morning, my friends message me, and she was like, have you seen these posters put up about you at Camel Rock? And there was like, somebody had gone home and typed up these like, the business that runs from this beach is a sham, and their surf coaches don't know what they're doing. Like, learning to surf here is a liability.
What?
And like, all the grammar's wrong, and like the fonts is Comic Sans. Like, it's like they just sat down, like a Mean Girls burn book moment, like in their surf school. Anyway, it was like horrific for me at the time.
Whoa.
Like, it was really sad, and I think mostly just because it was untrue.
Yeah.
And I like have worked so hard to build up a reputation,
Yeah.
and someone's trying to just tear me down, and that feeling was it was really sad.
What a way to go about it. Posters.
Really
Like,
bizarre.
That is really weird.
Wait, sorry. Did we find out who the person
Yeah.
was?
There's literally
Did the detective come out of you, or were you just like, nah, fuck
Like, what do
them,
you
whatever?
do about this?
Yeah.
Like, is there like adult bullying police? Like, do we go to the teacher? Like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, well, it's not the only bullying that I endured. So it was very clear who it was.
Right.
And there's literally 3 people in the entire community that have any like negative thing to say about me, and they're quite open about it.
Surf instructors?
No, we're the only surf school at the moment. Yeah,
So they're not doing what you do. They're just...
No, they're just surfers
Just
who don't want to share the beach, which is quite a common thing in
I was gonna say
surfing.
that.
Yeah.
It's their territory.
Yeah, exactly. And summer holidays is always when people's blood boils the most, because they're not just sharing with the surf school, they're sharing with tourists, like people who just want to have a surf at our local break. I find it quite exciting because the rest of the year you're literally seeing the same faces every day when you paddle out in the lineup.
Yeah.
When you see someone new, it's like, oh, cool. Like, wow, how did you find Bermagui?
Yeah.
Like, you had to pull off the highway.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Like, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. But
I love that. Such a like welcoming person. Like, she's getting posters. This is bad.
yeah, that's the bizarre thing about it. So I'd never told anyone about this bullying that we had endured over the years, like from the get-go. Like, the surf school's been open 7 years, and like it was pretty much immediately there was like things being said. So that was like the last straw, and these posters got taken down straight away, but I ended up putting up a post on Instagram, and I had photos of the posters, and I put these up, and I said, you know what? this is actually what I've been putting up with, and I haven't wanted any kind of negativity tied with the surf school. So I had never even told clients or anything about this, like even just one-on-one. I'd kept it like this big secret, and then I was like, you know what?
Enough.
Here it is. Enough is enough. Like, I've tried to do the right thing, or what I thought was the right thing, and you're just getting worse. So here it is, and here's who it probably is as well. Like, the people just figured it out for themselves, actually. And what happened was I ended up with like hundreds and hundreds of comments of people just being so nice and like not one negative comment, and everyone, like, whether they'd been to the surf school or just seen the surf school or just watched from afar, like, were just like, you don't deserve, like, what you do is spread positivity, and like just all this beautiful stuff. So it ended up, my biggest for fuck's sake moment actually ended up being like a turning point in the business.
That's actually
so
really
thank
beautiful.
you to the person.
To the haters. You made me stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gave me this confidence to, that's when I started doing the retreats and stuff.
Yeah,
amazing.
because I think, like, well, you just drive down the coast. There's so many other spots to surf. Like, if you don't want to share with people over, you know, the Christmas holidays or whatever it is, just go somewhere else. Like,
100%. Like, Camel Rock is the main beach, in Bermagui. Yeah, and
like, these people, I assume they're local to the area, and without tourists, which I'm guessing that a lot of your summer surf school is.
tourists.
People that are visiting the area.
absolutely,
Yeah. Then they're not spending their money in the and you're an attraction, basically.
Yeah.
We can go there and the kids can take a surf lesson. Like, that would be...
I can lay on the beach and read a book.
Yeah, like, that's, you know, and then they spend money in the shops.
Yeah.
They spend money in the hospitality centres, in the local accommodation. That means that we get
100%.
more services to the area. Like, some people are just so small-minded. It's like, what is it, 6 weeks of the year? Like, come on, guys.
Absolutely. And a lot of people don't realise that that's how small Bermagui is, that none of the... Well, there's still cafes and stuff closing down. Like, even the tourism that we get, it can't necessarily
Sustain the whole year.
sustain the whole year. Definitely without it, like, we wouldn't have... We have so many cool businesses in Bermagui.
Yeah.
It's such a tiny town.
It's epic,
and
that
it's
main
only
street.
because we get so many tourists, yeah.
Yeah. I just feel, I'm just, like, annoyed for you.
Thank you.
Actually, you're going to send me that poster.
I'll send you the
You're not
post.
welcome on the podcast.
And I'll pop it on the screen on one of your little clips, and we'll just like send it viral again.
Perfect.
Get another 100 nice comments. So
It's quite a funny post though.
Yeah.
But also, everyone, like, if you want to surf, the best place to go is Camel Rock, because then, like, you're really pissing people off.
If you want to surf and piss people off,
The more the better.
So can you tell us a bit about how Camel Rock Surf School came about?
yeah, absolutely. So it was actually started with my ex and I, and we started it together about 7 years ago. I knew about Bermagui. My dad had moved to Cobargo when I was about 15 or 16. I'd come down as a teenager and wanted to surf Camel Rock. I was like, that's the spot. And it was, every time I went there, the waves were really bad, but irrelevant. As a teenager anyway. And I remember it was such a small town at that time that I never ever pictured living there. But what actually happened was my partner at the time and we were traveling from the East Coast back to Margaret River in Western Australia. We'd been living there on and off about 4 years and just done a huge trip through like Mexico and Central America. And
Cool.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
and we
I want to go to Mexico.
Oh, it was the best. That's, of all the countries, yeah, that's where I'd go back to for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So cool.
Really cool culture and stuff, and I love the language and and good waves. We got really, really good waves. Yeah, so we came back and we're living with my parents inland for a little bit up at Gunnedah near Tamworth, and like saving money, bought this car to drive back to Margaret River. I've driven across the bottom of Australia like 4 times now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because living in Western Australia, like just like, or instead of flying, you'd have all this stuff and you'd be like, yeah, might as well make a trip out of it. Yeah.
I've got a spare 4 days.
At the time, it seems like a great idea, and then you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah.
What
It
about
was
the
so
guy that
long.
run across it?
Oh, Ned Brockman.
I cannot fathom that. Like, I'd definitely go crazy being in my head that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like replaying for Founder's Sake podcast over and over.
Mental strength.
So we saved up, bought this car, and to drive back, and then stopped in Bermagui to visit my dad, and it actually broke down. It was a complete lemon of a car. Yeah, like broke down right there at the beach in Bermagui. Yeah.
Oh, it's like an omen.
I know.
This is where you belong. I'm not working now.
Absolutely, yeah, because we wouldn't have spent as much time there as we did unless because we were sorting out the car. And we ended up borrowing my dad's Toyota Hiace van whilst we were getting that car sorted, which never ended up getting sorted. So we ended up leaving in the Hiace van, still going back to Margaret River. I told my boss over there, I worked for a surf school over there, Josh Parmentiers Surf Academy.
Cool.
I committed to working that summer over there. And I loved that job. And they were really cool bosses, Josh and Sarah. I was like, I'm not letting them down. I'm making it back. But the whole time we were there, we were thinking about Bermagui and going, oh, it looked like a really good spot for a surf school. And that was kind of always the goal eventually once we were ready to settle. Like, it was just about finding where. Yeah, so after that summer, I moved back to Bermy, and about 6 months later, Camel Rock Surf School was open.
Amazing.
Wow.
Is there a whole lot of, sorry, going off script, but is there a whole lot of like, I don't know, like insurance and application, or can you literally just grab some boards and off we go?
The initial is the hardest.
Yeah.
The council didn't even really know what we wanted. It didn't seem like they ended up the first one. It was like Camel Rock Surf Club. I was like, no, that's different. I was like, it's a surf school. Yeah. It took them a little bit to figure out exactly what permit and stuff, which was really interesting. But my insurance and everything is just through Surfing Australia, which is quite easy. I'm just affiliated with them. So there's the initial again, and you got to, I don't know, look up where the closest payphone and stuff like that is.
Oh, yeah.
But to renew everything every year is super easy.
Yeah, cool.
From the outside, running a surf school looks like a dream, like beach all day. What's the reality people don't see?
That most of it is spent behind a computer.
Like in like legal bits and pieces that you need to do, or?
So it's too small of a business for me to outsource anything.
Yeah.
So I do all my own accounting. I do, so like everything that, I've got like software, but like I log everything myself, all my own social media.
I guess like bookings, like managing who's coming.
The bookings, and
The eye roll. I love it.
because I changed my booking software last year, and I'm still learning that new program. I'm like every day, like trying to contact them, like, how do I do this now? And and then the emails and the inquiries, especially since opening the surf retreats, you have to be a lot more ready to answer questions and really make people feel comfortable before they make that booking. When it's a $60 surf lesson, people just go to the website, book whatever. But when it's a retreat and you're spending hundreds of dollars, sometimes over $1,000, like you really want to know, like, is this... So talking on the phone and things like that.
So what are the retreats that you do? Sorry to be so naive.
They started a couple of years ago. I called it Surf and Stretch Retreats just through Camel Rock Surf School. And I run it with my friend Marie, who's a yoga instructor. And they're women's retreats. And we run them out of Bermagui. And
Beautiful.
It's just, we've got this beautiful... accommodation that they stay at. It's quite casual in terms of other retreats, like it's not every single meal together. There's a lot of flexibility in that way, but it's like 3 days, 4 surf lessons, 4 yoga sessions, and like, lunch together, dinner together one time, and like, they're amazing. So cool. Yeah.
And pretty popular.
They're definitely getting there. Like, it's still, like, I still have to advertise. But a lot of them do roll over, and like people who have come to one tell their friends, and then the other one, like November's already like 5 people booked in for November.
That's so good. So do like groups of girls come together, or like individuals, or a bit of both?
A bit of both. I would say mostly like individuals. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And everyone just meets there, and then you form these friendships that like continue way beyond the retreats. So cool. Yeah, it's super special. It just all came along because I was teaching surf lessons and I was watching people get better to a certain point. But you need that consistency to really like get to that next point. And also you meet these really cool people, and you're like, and you go and get coffee afterwards or something, then it's like, oh, I wish like
what do we do now?
Time together. Yeah, I really want to get to know you and know your whole story. And then the retreats are so beautiful like that, because there are like lifelong friendships that come from that.
So cool.
3 days. It's a real trauma bond, like wiping out together.
Is it they're all women? Did I read that right off your website?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, girl circle.
Yeah, like I obviously spend a lot of time on your social media and like on your website and things like that. And from the outside looking in, for someone that doesn't surf, I would feel comfortable, like as a woman, like booking.
That's
to come.
awesome.
Do you know, like I get that vibe through everything that I see from your socials and
that's really
website.
Nice to hear. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I try and keep it really authentic, and I try and show wipeouts, and I try and show really like makeable waves, and not like the problem with some surfing social media is they're only showing like the best, longest, like most amazing waves, and you think that's what you're gonna look like when you first surf. But you're not gonna look like that. So I try and show all sides of it. And the women aspect just came on so naturally. Like when I worked for the surf school in Margaret River, I think there was like a Rip Curl women's surf day or something that I heard about that was happening, and I was like, oh, a women's surf day. And like,
who's that?
Yeah, obviously it's a really male dominated sport, and like over there especially, actually here as well, pretty much I feel like I'm the only female in the lineup, or maybe one other. Over here is a bit better than it was over there. I just knew that when I opened the surf school, I was like, the first thing I want to do is like a women's only lesson. And it was meant to be like kind of this once a year thing maybe. And it was only 2 weeks after opening the surf school, and it was like Women's Day, like everyone like, and it booked out. I ended up turning into 2 sessions, like, and we like, Bermagui was just so ready for this that we did like 20 people that day or something like that. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it weekly. And then, so that was the first of like my ideas of a lesson type that actually continued and still continues today.
That's amazing.
So cool.
Yeah, there's a big group of like really cool mums around here that all surf. Yeah, in Brow. And I'm always like, I can surf because I'd learnt as a child. So I feel like if you learnt as a kid, you can just surf.
Everybody, when Shelb says she's going to the beach to surf, we need to be there to see this.
I actually can surf.
I want to see this.
Okay. Anyway.
I want to see that too.
Yeah, okay. We will go surfing.
Browley has such good waves.
I would prefer like the north style waves with like that are a bit slower than like the big stuff that you get. But like my brother's into that, so I always would just follow him out as well. But anyway, there's like such a cool group of, and I'm always like, oh, I don't think I'm like good enough for them.
No, you should go. You should.
I just said it so I can get a pep talk.
Yeah. Because the whole point of those groups is just the vibes. Like the reason that females like do these groups is do groups. Sorry, do groups.
Just do it. All right. All right.
Yeah, but like I feel like just going back onto your for fuck's sake moment. Like I feel like because it's such a male dominated like sport. that like, you know, they don't want to share it with anyone that's like new or a tourist or, you know, like, so that would be like intimidating, paddling out there, you being maybe the only female, maybe like one of two or whatever.
Yeah.
And that sort of touches back onto that. It's like, if I'm a newbie surfer and
Well,
I'm
that's what
paddling
I'm
out and
kinda
there's all these
saying. I
males
was like,
looking at me, I'd be like,
If I went in with my girl,
yeah,
I'd feel so much more
Safer.
confident. Yeah. Paddling out.
safety
And, like,
numbers.
Like, I'm thinking about you paddling out to the lineup, all men.
Yes.
Like that. Yeah. Like, I did that as a kid, but you never think of it as a kid. 'Cause,
No.
like, I'd have my dad and my brother with me.
Mm.
Whereas, like, now that I'm an adult and I'd be by myself.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't continued through, so through my 20s, I ended up tapping like way hard into like my masculine energy for that reason. Like,
Yeah, right.
because I'd be paddling out and I would feel like I had to be, you know, and then that's what's been also super cool about the retreats and the Waves for Women sessions is tapping back into that feminine, like, and it's really only happened the past few years. I feel like I spent all of my 20s kind of a bit more on guard and a bit more like paddling out to like, not to say masculine energy is ego, those are two separate things, but there was a lot of ego through my 20s when I was paddling out. I was wanting to catch waves that I would look good on and that people would be like, wow, look at that wave.
Oh, she can
caught."
surf.
Yeah. And then now, only in the past few years, I've tapped back more into that. And then my surfing's actually gotten way better, which is really interesting now that I've gone back to that more feminine side where I can paddle out and be like, oh, it's just so nice to be here, like, and in the present moment. And not to say I don't get really excited. Well, oh, there's waves, but like, yeah.
The guys are like,
Yeah. Yeah. Just laying in the water. Oh, no, not quite that far, but yeah, it's been really healthy for me spending a lot more time with female lineups. Yeah.
so cool. Obviously, is your surf school a little bit weather dependent? Would that be one of your biggest challenges, or?
Yeah, I'd say that's my number one biggest challenge, 100%. Yeah, it's no 2 days are the same. Like, any goal you set, like, it's completely, like, you don't know what's going to happen between now and then. And, like, this summer was actually my hardest summer for that reason. Yeah, so we had those two massive swells leading up to summer. You guys would have had it.
Yeah.
And it shifted all the sandbars.
Oh, yeah.
And we have two different beaches that we teach at. And one of them we probably teach at more on those bigger swells.
Okay.
And then the other one, which is Camel Rock, we teach at on the smaller swells. But we always have that backup of when it's big, we've definitely got this beach that we can go to.
Go back to, yeah.
But we didn't have that this summer holidays until about maybe a week into January.
Wow.
So all of December, all I had was Camel Rock. Like, I was having to leave my house like 3 hours before the surf lesson and like run down the beach, be like, is that a sandbar up there that we could possibly teach on? Like, oh my gosh. And like having a look, and it's cool though. Now I have a lot of confidence in myself in terms of finding the right sandbar and things like that. So it happened at the right time.
Yeah.
But it was a really stressful until we got that sandbar back at the rock wall. Yeah. So not so much the weather, like...
You can teach in the rain.
Can teach in the rain.
Do people cancel though if it's raining?
No.
No?
No. Sometimes people will like lean that way. They'll message me and be like, is it still on? I'm like, yeah, it's still on.
You're going to get wet.
Yeah. We're going to have fun. And
I
you
love
never...
swimming in the ocean in the rain.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you
lovely.
never regret it. It's like harder to motivate yourself, and it's harder to, you know, get the wetsuit
That's what I
on
was
and
thinking
stuff.
of.
Yeah.
Like,
People are like, oh, I'm
and it's
out.
bright and sunny and warm. Like, you want to go to the beach, get in the, like, you know, the water. That's all I was getting at. Not that, like, I'm some princess, I am, but...
Yeah, I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you wake up on a day like today and you're like, oh, you know, staying inside seems a bit, it's just...
Well, yeah, because we do get the odd, like, cold day as well. And I reckon that more so than rain would, like, put me off.
Yeah.
And the water gets really cold too down here. Yeah. Not as cold as it used to, though. We had really warm currents this year.
Oh.
Yeah, and last year.
That's good.
Even in June, I was in a spring suit last year. I was looking back on photos just last night. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
It
just
didn't get
brave.
cold till
Is
July.
it? what's the coldest month in the water?
Yeah, so we actually get cold currents in the summer, which
Yeah.
is really interesting. A lot of people don't realise that nor'east swells bring in cold currents.
Cold water.
Yeah, for us, because you'd think it's coming from the north, so it's
Yeah,
but
it
it
should be.
must be to do with the upwelling or something. And then
Okay.
the south swells bring in warmer currents. But then winter, it's just generally cold. But this summer, maybe because I don't know what it is. Probably climate change or probably something really sad. But like really, nice warm water. You're like, it probably shouldn't be this way, but it feels really good.
I totally thought that this summer. I was like, it's super warm in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was crazy warm this summer.
I was trying to teach my son to snorkel, and when you go on the noodle and you sort of kick out, he's little.
The noodle.
So you're out and the water's getting a lot deeper. It normally gets a lot cooler, and it just didn't get cooler.
Yeah,
and I was
100%,
like, oh, this is weird. Surely the fish don't like this.
Yeah.
Camel Rock is such a special place. Do you think that has a connection with how you has it influenced your business at all?
Like how you run it and stuff.
I mean, it could have been Bermagui Surf School, but the actual Camel Rock is really cool. Bermagui is not really renowned for surfing, but Camel Rock Beach is, and it just thought it would be a really fun logo as well. The original logo was a camel throwing a shark R. And I still use the camel emoji all over the place and stuff too. It's just different and it's fun, and
Definitely.
it's getting quite popular. The Camel Rock to Wallaga Walk to where you can go past Horsehead Rock as well. There's another formation. So the car park is getting really busy now in the summer, even just with walkers. So I'm really happy with that decision, because Camel Rock is getting on the map.
known.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And obviously, spending so much time in the ocean, you're an ocean lover yourself, I'm guessing. She was like, no, I hate it.
No, I hate it.
Caring for the ocean and environmental factors that affect the ocean, how do you, is that of high value to you, and how do you pass that on to your students?
Yeah, I honestly, the beaches are really clean where we are. I used to do a thing where we'd go and pick up litter, to kind of show the kids this is what we do. We leave the beach. Yeah. But then that was something we'd do back in Margaret River, and then in Bermagui we'd do it, and we'd maybe get one piece between all of us.
That's so good though.
Yeah, that's
it is
great.
really good. But things wearing the right sunscreens and zincs that don't affect the reefs, things like that, or kids wearing band-aids, I'm always take that off, it's gonna end up in the ocean.
Yeah, the turtles don't want to eat your band-aid.
Yeah. So how do you, obviously your market would be visitors and some locals. How do you create an experience that's welcoming for all?
Yeah, so I don't feel it's different, the visitors to locals. It's really special. The surf school's been open long enough now that there's kids that were little kids that are now in high school, There's even Amber, my surf coach, learnt to surf with me when she was 9 years old. Her family all did a surf lesson. Now she's my surf coach. She's 18. She's incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
Wow.
So cool. So
that must be so rewarding.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, so in that way, the surf lesson is going to be a different style when you've got people who have progressed with you, and you're going to teach different things. But there's always a huge place in my heart for teaching people who have never surfed and who wouldn't have had that opportunity to get to go surfing because they're not confident to go to the beach on their own. They need that guidance, and they're uncomfortable even in the waves. And then you get them standing on a wave, it takes a little bit more time and patience and then when you get them even just for that split second, and their face and their reaction, and just there's something so special about teaching first timers. So
watching you get excited about that is making me so I just want to go surfing. I'm yes, that is a good feeling.
Do you know, I can't surf, and neither can my husband.
Okay.
But every time we drive up the coast, Sydney or whatever, and we go the coastway and we see the different surf breaks, That looks so cool. Like, why don't
Maybe a date.
wish we could
surf
just do that. A date.
Yeah.
Date day, surf day.
Absolutely.
You must be like just.
We'll hook you up.
I know a surf instructor. You must be so patient too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'd be like, just fucking
I
stand
know.
up. wouldn't
I've
ya?
tried to teach my husband to surf, and like I've been trying to teach him for probably 7 years. I probably should have just sent him to you.
Well, it's very different. It's just like anything. It's very different teaching something that you know how to do, especially if you just know how to do it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, just stand up.
That's what I say.
I have the wave here, you here, like,
I'm like,
do it.
paddle,
Yeah.
up.
Stand.
And then I say like, pop. And he's like, it just doesn't
Starts doing
work.
some random dance.
But
Like,
he's really, really bad. Sorry, Matt, if you're listening.
oh, this is like a mat roast now.
But like the paddling out is very challenging for him.
It's challenging it's weird muscles, and you get like couples that arrive and the guy will be like super jacked and like gym dude, and the girl will be like, you know, just nice frame, and she'll be the one who can like paddle out so easy, popping straight up. Like, yeah, the more muscle can make it harder.
Really?
Yeah, but paddling is very specific muscles. Like, I'm pretty much unfit in every other way of
But
life.
I could paddle myself to
but I
safety.
can paddle. Yeah, I can paddle and I can pop.
Yeah.
Just pop.
Like, the bit that scares me is like when the big wave's coming for you and then you've got this like gigantic board.
Absolutely.
And then I'm like, what do
I'll
I do
have to,
with
like,
this and
duck
that?
dive
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to whack me in the head or like, it
Yeah.
just freaks me out.
Yeah.
But it looks cool.
yeah, that's where the lessons are good. Like, yeah, we just run
It's like
over.
you need a lesson.
yeah, just
You do.
book in a lesson.
You're coming for one now. It's happening.
And so is your audience like mostly kids or is it like pretty diverse?
I'd say, if anything, it's mostly adult women.
Really?
Yeah, because like year round, kids, only summer holidays and after school surfing, which is only term 1 and term 4 because it gets dark too early in term 2 and 3 and it's cold.
Yeah.
So if like over this like year round, and there's still adult women coming during school holidays as well, so it would have to be, yeah. And then I do also get adult men, but they're just a bit more few and far between, and so they might come like a dad and a family or like a one-on-one or things like that, but I don't often get like an adult man that will just sign up to a group lesson or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I think it's like if you like you don't see many men that are like trying to surf.
No.
Like they're either like really can or they don't try. Yeah.
Don't you think though a lot of men don't try like new
Anything?
things? Well, like when you look at like gym, like group fitness gyms as well,
Oh,
like
okay,
there's not
yeah.
many men in them traditionally.
Oh,
Mostly
that's
women.
sad.
Like no, but don't you think that?
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
I think I find from what I've seen is men don't necessarily sign up for guidance as much. If they're going to try something, they'll just try it
YouTube
themselves and learn themselves. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like my partner taught himself how to surf. And,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's like, he doesn't do it very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I really trailed off there. But I
You're like,
really
you're
not-
like, and yeah.
Change the subject because I'm going to roast him now. Have you witnessed someone's life genuinely change in the water?
So surfing and mental health definitely go hand in hand. And I've taught people who have carried a bit of PTSD, or I've got a friend, well, she's a friend now, but I knew her through surf lessons. And she's a veteran, and she learnt to surf through the veterans, I forget the name of the surf school, it's in Gerringong.
Okay.
And they do like these free lessons. Yeah, she's an ex-policewoman, and she did like a couple of those, and she's like, oh yeah, this is it. This is how I'm going to
This is me, I'm
recover.
set, yeah.
Yeah, and then she moved down to Bermagui and started surfing with me. And she's out there she surfs more than I do. Like, she's out there every day. Like, this is what and for like hours as well. And her progress is really cool. But yeah, so she definitely finds solace in surfing. And I also see a lot of people find confidence like immediately. Like, it's like, you know, start of the lesson to end of the lesson. Like, yeah, it's really special.
That's really cool to witness.
Aw, beautiful.
Is there something particular that's helped push you to, like, you know, develop your business and keep growing it? And
I'm just really stubborn. I'm really stubborn. I don't think it's heroic at all. Like, if anything, I think it's a bit silly, like, how much I push to keep this business alive and open. Like, I just, once I put my mind to something, once I decide I'm going to do something, like, I'm going to do that something. And any hurdle, or, you know, like, there was years where I barely made any money, and I was like, just, you know, okay, I guess I'm gonna live off a lot less this year. You know, it was never an option to close the business and go get a full-time job. I was like, this is me now, like, this is what I have to do. So I think I just have the personality for running a small business, and definitely, like, resilience when it comes to hurdles and pushing through them and moving on. And
is surfing and teaching, like, physically, we sort of touched on this, like, physically demanding? Is it more physical or more mental, the teaching?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. It's definitely both. Like, when my complete exhaustion at the end of the day is definitely a combination of both, because I'm so enthusiastic in the lessons. And even when I rock up so tired, like, as soon as, like, we got the wetsuits on and went down the beach, I'm like, it is on. I just get pumped. And I'm just like, and then as soon as the lesson's over, I sit there in the car park and my brain just, and I'm like, where am I? Who am I? Like, it is crazy, the mental load. But then the physical, like, I'm just always sore. I was telling someone about this, like, my muscles are just always sore. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I do know what I'm doing wrong. Like, all my hobbies are really physical as well. So it's like, I just don't stop, like, but I get a lot of sleep.
That's good.
Yeah, I get a lot of sleep. I really, like, prioritize that. So that helps with the mental load as well as the physical. Like, in the summer holidays, I'm in bed by 8. Like, it's a bit of a running joke with the kids when they rock up. Like, they've all stayed up later than me. I'm like, you guys are party animals.
I'm in bed.
Yeah.
So I can be out here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I would love to do more yoga and stuff. I've got some physio exercise I do for my shoulders.
Yeah.
I've got problems with my shoulders.
That doesn't seem ideal.
Yeah. Well, it's from surfing. Yeah. So it's self-inflicted.
And you're not stopping, so
No.
Just do the physio.
just put up with it.
Yeah.
Is there someone, like a person professionally or personally, that supported your journey?
Yeah, heaps. Yeah, my parents are a big one. Like, they've just always been on board with whatever I'm doing. Like, I'm the youngest of
how many?
4 siblings.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've always had that youngest kid vibe where I've just gallivanted the globe, and Mum's got me out of trouble, like, more than a few times. But yeah, like, she's so sweet. I call her almost every day, and she doesn't really know anything about surfing, but she'll be like, what are the sandbars doing? Like, how'd the kids go? And she comes to the after school surfing and tries to get videos of everyone and send it to all the parents. Like, look at them. Like,
that's
so supportive.
Cheerleader.
Yeah. And then,
That's
like,
beautiful.
my partner, for sure, Pete, he's massive. He's so clever. He's so intelligent. Like, before he met me, he didn't know the first thing about running a business. But, like, once he puts his mind to something, he just, like, YouTubes everything, learns everything. Like, we were, like, redesigning my website, and, like, he'd finish his full-time job and come back, and we'd just spend hours, like skip dinner and, like, redesign the website, because once he puts his mind to something, and, like, my van is always having troubles, and he's always fixing stuff with my van. He's saved me so much money in that way.
Oh,
And then heaps of all the small businesses in Bermagui, like, we all support each other, and we all end up really good friends. Like, my friend Elise, who owns Odyssey, like a retail store, but learnt to surf coach just to help me out. And, like, she's really good with content, and she'd come on the retreats and get all the footage and post everything, and did so much advertising and marketing for me. And then, you know, then I help her out in certain ways, and Eastwood's Bermagui, that's my other job. I've got a second job, and she's just like my number one fan and also like my mentor because she's female small business as well. And and she's like next level, like the way that she like maybe more like on your level of like the amount of like jobs like and managing staff and everything. Like I have it fairly easy in that way. But she's
I think you're I think you're undercutting yourself.
Underselling
big
yourself
time.
here.
Yeah, you're managing a lot by the sounds.
Thank you.
Obviously, like I know we all know that sitting here talking that running small business, particularly when you're a one-man band, that's huge. Now, what do you do to maintain that balance? Switch off. You don't switch off.
She goes surfing.
Avoid burnout. What are we doing?
Yeah, I go through phases for sure. Like last year ended up being accidentally a really big year in terms of forgetting to switch off. And I was like waking up and going straight into the office and like doing, I think because we had the Bigger Valley Business Awards and we won the award for micro business. Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. And like the lead up to that, I felt like I needed to really go hard and like, make sure my website looked good, made sure the social media. So I did like this huge, so winter is usually my time to kind of chill and get heaps of surfing in. And instead I kind of worked really hard all winter, but on like the admin side of things. Yeah. So I'm finding way more balance already this year. I don't ever go straight into my office anymore. I wake up and I take my dog for a walk and I don't even take my phone with me. I'm like, I need this time to just let my brain wake up. And I also don't have a coffee until afterwards as well. So I'm not all like on the walk, like I got to do this and I got to do this. So that's a big one. And like I guess the physio exercises and the sleep as well is a massive one. But taking a bit more time this year is a bit of a goal, maybe having a holiday. I don't even know I took a holiday last year.
A holiday, yes.
Any like dream locations for this holiday? What are we thinking?
Probably somewhere surfy.
I either want to go back to Indonesia or just even a road trip up the coast to like Crescent Head or something, like just like a couple of weeks. A month would be good, but a couple of weeks would definitely do it. But I want to go surfing. Like our last big holiday, we went to the Himalayas and we went hiking and it was so hectic. It was so hard. It was amazing and life-changing.
Wow.
And like, one of the best things I've ever done. But the whole time I was joking to my partner, I was like, I'm choosing the next holiday. There's going to be tropical weather.
Why are we in the Himalayas?
Ocean.
That's cool.
What does the future look like for Camel Rock Surf School? Are we growing?
Just it's always been a really steady growth, and that's what's worked really well. Something like a surf school, it was scary to have anything too big happen overnight. Like I really wanted to get the roots in, especially, with the bullying and things like that. I was actually scared to have like too big a groups. And there was a period of time that I was worried that I was going to get like told off whilst I was teaching
with
surfing.
People.
So you're kind of on that back foot, which is a really funny position to be in when you're running a business. But now these past few years, it's just all been about growth. And so the retreats, it would just be aiming for like one more of the beginner retreats a year and one more of the intermediate retreats a year. I went pretty hard on them for the first half of this year, and one of them I didn't get the numbers, but the rest all went really well. So I was like, okay, so learning more about the time of year and whatnot. And then also working more on like the intermediate, I call it breaking through, intermediate to progressor kind of surfing. So that's something I only started a year or so ago. So that's a whole different market that I now get to appeal to. That opens up more doors, and that's more winter surfing too. That brings more people in the winter.
Takes out the seasonal challenge.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so growth.
That's so cool. Yeah. Well, that's like pretty extreme growth, really. Like you say, it's slow and steady, but like that would be 2 whole more retreats every year.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I guess, yeah.
What advice do you have for someone that's wanting to turn like a passion into a business?
I would say do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Dubious.
Just pop.
Just pop.
Stand up, okay? Paddle up, pop now.
Because there's a quote or something out there where it's like, you don't ever get rid of your problems, you just get better problems.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I feel with the surf school. Like, yeah, there's problems, and yeah, there's times I feel like I'm working so hard and not getting much time to myself or whatever it is. But I'm like, at the end of the day, what I'm doing, I am so incredibly passionate about.
Yeah,
I get to
clearly.
share with people. And I just wouldn't get to have that feeling in any other
If you
line
worked
of
an
work.
office job, you just have a different problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. You'd
It'd be a shitty one.
you'd still find ways. You'd still find ways to feel stressed. You'd still find ways. Yeah. So why not feel stressed about the thing that you're passionate about?
So cool.
That's pretty cool. Has the ocean taught you about life or business? Like, what has it taught you?
Oh, absolutely. It teaches you patience.
Yeah.
True.
Because you will go surfing and even like 20 minutes into your surf, the waves will be entirely different. Like the wind comes up or the tide changes or, you know, so like you get one wave and you're like, oh, on the next wave, I'm going to try this turn. But then the next wave doesn't allow for that, you know. But that's what makes it so special. That's what some people don't like about surfing and won't continue surfing for that reason. But it's actually what I love, because it just makes it so much more special when you do get that really good wave. And then progress with surfing is not linear in the same way that so much in life, progress with mental health or progress with business is absolutely not linear, and you might be on your way up without knowing that you are, even when you feel like you're more in that state of there's actually so much growth happening there that you don't realize. And that's where it is with how it is with surfing skills, for sure. Like you can have a really bad surf, but you didn't realize during that surf you actually picked up a new skill that you didn't have before.
Oh,
Wow, that's
so
cool.
Yeah.
I want to come. We need to go do surf lessons. What's your favourite moment that you've witnessed watching someone learn to surf? I think you've touched on
Yeah, I
a
think
few,
you've
but
touched on
like...
Is there a favourite one that you can recall? Like not just a
Highlight.
generalised one, or?
It's the people who really doubt themselves that they're going to be, they're like, I'm just happy to be in the water. Like, I'll be happy if I go to my knees or something like that. And sometimes it takes the entire lesson to get them to their feet, but then they do. And yeah, those are really special. But then it's also so special. Like there's a couple of local girls now who were complete learners when I met them, and now I get to paddle out and see them out the back on like a pumping day. Like
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
those
that's-
moments are so special, being
Yeah.
like, this is exactly what I was hoping for when I
Yeah.
started the surf school. More chicks in the lineup.
That's so cool. Do you have a quote that you live by?
I can't think of the exact, it's like, but something to do with failure.
Yeah.
Okay, because my first like 3-4 years even of the surf school, I was so afraid of failure that I didn't try anything new. And then the minute that I failed at something, which was the first retreat I ever tried to do, was at Crescent Head, and I'd paid this deposit, and there was a lot on the line to get numbers, and I could not get those numbers. Like, I don't know why I thought it would be easy, like, but it was not. And then, so I ended up having to just postpone. They were really nice and they kept my deposit for the next year. But it was the first time I truly failed at something.
Yeah.
And I learnt so much from that. And then by the next year, by the next retreat, we'd learnt so much about advertising, marketing, like how to appeal to when I say we, I mean Pete and I, like him behind the camera being like, nah, that take wasn't good enough. Like, go again.
Yeah.
And learning, a lot about selling myself, for lack of a better way.
Yeah, exactly.
Understanding that the only thing that's going to make you different from other retreats or other surf schools is yourself.
Yeah.
So just be yourself completely, give that completely as much as you can through the internet. And then, those failures can help you just become better and more growth.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
If you weren't surfing, what would you be doing? Surfing.
It's really funny. I was not made for school or classrooms. I just really struggled to learn in that kind of way. I did study film and television, but only for 6 months. That was how I got into surf coaching, was the summer before I started my film and television course. I was like, I'm going to have a blowout summer in Byron Bay. And I was like, what is the dream job to have in Byron Bay?
Surf instructor.
So
Definitely.
I became like qualified, like on the way up the coast. I did my qualifications.
How old were you?
I was 19.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're like
Dream
the
job.
youngest of 4, and I bet your mum and dad were like, okay,
Yeah, catch
all
your
right,
eye.
good job.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I know. I thought it was such a big deal. Like, I'm starting uni next year. Like, I gotta like get my last of my freedom out, and then I only ended up going to uni for 6 months.
She's been surfing ever since.
Yeah.
That.
Lee, is there something, tell us something we don't know about you, or something shocking that people would be shocked to know.
A funny one that I often tell the kids that come into surf lessons is I didn't even like the beach until I was like 11 when I learnt to surf.
Shocking. Mic drop.
I don't like the beach.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be a surf instructor.
I didn't like the waves. I didn't like the ocean. I did like the beach. I liked the sand.
Yeah.
But I didn't like getting in the water. But the minute that my dad taught me how to surf, and I really wanted to learn how to surf, I think more for like the look. But then the minute that he taught me how to surf and I got up on a board, I was like, this is me. And to this day, it's the only thing my whole life that I've stuck out. Like everything else, every other hobby, I've been like, nah. But like, it always just comes back to that. And like, I just loved it. And then, to this day, I don't really hang out at the beach much. Like, I teach surfing at the beach. I surf. I walk my dog on the beach, but like I don't like
You don't sit and lay on the beach.
I don't swim. I don't.
Yeah.
It's not like a leisurely thing for me. I just really love
She
surfing.
hikes in the Himalayas.
Like sprints across the sand into the...
I'm like, ew.
Actually, surfers do that. They always get their boards and run down.
Yeah, they just sort of
Do you
run.
want to know why?
Why?
Tell me.
Because you never know when the conditions are going to change.
Oh, yeah.
It was that thing like I was saying. There's this feeling
Like, we've got to
of
get there as
urgency.
fast as we can.
Yeah, sometimes it's literally as you're putting the wetsuit on that the conditions will change in front of your eyes. So we all have this like anxiety of like, like I'm always like, I'm going to stretch before I paddle out. And then while I'm doing my stretching, I'm like watching these good sets and I'm like, I've got to get out there.
Oh, so good to talk to you.
Thanks for
I
coming.
love that conversation. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. You guys are awesome.
Oh, don't.
Stop it.
We'll have to book Em and Billy in for a couple
my
surf
Lord.
lessons.
Absolutely. I want to see videos of you, sir.
Yeah,
I want to
sounds
see this.
good.
Yeah.
Invite me to the beach when you do this.
on my longboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have one in the garage?
Yeah.
Whoa! The more we know about Shelby.
You'd be shocked.
I know.
Like, I've had 2 babies in the last 3.5 years. I definitely didn't surf through
Yeah,
pregnancies,
yeah.
but yeah, I can surf.
Wow.
I'll show you. Let's go.
Can't wait.
Call the next 2. Tell them we're not. Podcast is off. We're going surfing. No, you know
in the car?
my biggest thing.
Oh,
is
yeah,
like,
I've got like
Always.
20.
Yeah, I was about to say.
my biggest thing is like when there's stuff in the water.
Oh.
Like that gives like
Wait. Do you have fear of sharks?
Short answer is definitely not. Yeah, like in all my years in the ocean, I've literally seen a shark twice.
Really?
My whole and I'd surf in South Australia in the sharkiest spots, like on my own. Like,
She was trying to get gobbled.
yeah. The more that you do it, like with all the shark attacks and stuff that have been happening, it's absolutely been on my radar during surf lessons, like because you feel so liable But when I'm out there on my own, it's honestly the last thing on my mind. And that's what I tell people too that have a fear of sharks. I'm like, once you're out there with the surfboard and the waves, it's honestly
so
the
much
last
going
thing
on.
you're thinking about. Yeah, there's not enough time to think about sharks. Yeah.
Oh, so interesting. Sorry, that
I'm
was a
all
little
in like
segue.
seaweed and stuff.
See, I don't have a fear of sharks, but it's a jellyfish for me. If there was a
They always
jellyfish,
sting me.
We're so lucky we don't get blue bottles and stuff down here very often. Not at all. Byron Bay,
couple
you'd be
currents here and
walking people up the beach for a surf lesson.
Stings,
There'd be
stings,
blue bottles the entire walk. I'm like, sorry.
Oh,
Careful.
you're going to try and get them in the water then.
All right.
Well, thanks so much for coming on today. It's been great to chat with you. You going to wrap up this one or am I?
Yeah, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, and
Give us a 5-star review on whatever platform you listen to this on.
I was wrapping up and you're
And I
like,
just took over.
she's a control freak. All right, catch ya.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.